just don't want to give us referral office.
Hello, my name is Azzurra Crispino. I'm with Prison Abolition Prisoner Support, or PAPS. We are here today with the Prisoners Legal Advocacy Network, which is a part of the National Lawyers Guild of New Jersey and Delaware. We are attempting to file an administrative filing with the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. They have currently told us that they cannot receive our letter until noon. The reason we are here today is to represent the inmates and family members of those who were impacted by Hurricane Harvey here in Texas. Both the inmates who were evacuated, and keep in mind, these are the lucky ones, who are experiencing being moved to units where we know that there are already standing issues. For example, some of them were evacuated to the PAC unit, which has recently had a federal judge order them that they must be able to provide air conditioning to inmates who are suffering medical issues, and that otherwise was already facing overcrowding. And to Ferguson unit, which is well known in the state for brown, oily water, the inmates are telling us that they are able to shower, but that they're not clean afterwards because the quality of the water is so poor. Over 500 who were evacuated to Ferguson unit were put in a gymnasium. They tell us that at night they are being covered with ants, roaches, and snakes, that the porta potties in the facility are there, but they are not being cleaned. They're not able to make store to buy cleaning products, and when they finally were able to make store, they were only allowed to spend $10 each. So the inmates are divvying up amongst themselves who's going to buy soap, who's going to buy bleach, so that they can clean these porta potties. They were told to bring fans, electric fans, from the units, but they have not been allowed to plug them in. Okay, so these are 500 men stuck in a gymnasium with no air conditioning. And let me repeat, these are the lucky ones. At LeBlanc unit, which is a pretrial detention center, right? These are people who have not yet been convicted of a crime. We have reports of standing water, lack of cleaning water, lack of drinking water, lack of food. The same is happening across the street at Stiles unit and at GIST unit. So we are here to serve TDCJ, to let them know that these conditions are happening, that there are affidavits that show that these conditions are happening, and asking them to please redress. Unfortunately, they are not allowing us to go upstairs to deliver this envelope.
I concur with everything that was mentioned, and it's like we mentioned before, this is a really sad situation. These families are, of the people in these prisons, they want to know that these agencies are aware. They want to know that these concerns are out there, and that's what we're trying to do. That's one of the big reasons we would like to hand deliver it right now, to provide assurance and have confidence that it is in the hands of those that should know. This is something that it's not legal. This is not a lawsuit. They shouldn't be afraid of receiving notice of what's going on. So it is kind of absurd to not receive it on the spot.
I mean, you would think that they would want to know what's going on so that they can redress it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the concerns we're hearing out of the prisons and the detention centers are literally life-threatening. It's extremely concerning, and it is very disturbing that TDCJ is making it difficult to even access them to provide notice of these conditions.
So there have been some reports that there was a video that was given out by TDCJ, and that there are concerns that the video was inaccurate. Could you speak a little bit about that and how being unable to deliver this administrative notice, what can we concur about TDCJ's accessibility and transparency based on these details?
We have some serious concerns about a video that was posted by TDCJ, I believe, to their Facebook page on September 3rd, where they were making the claim that prisoners were receiving ample water and everything was just fine. And we have since received reports that that video was actually from earlier this year during a scheduled water maintenance event where they were passing out bottled water. So we have credible reason to believe that TDCJ may actually be actively misleading the public about conditions in the prisons and detention centers. And so being now denied access to even be able to deliver a letter is greatly enhancing any fears we have about TDCJ not being honest with the public.
And look, there's gonna be some issues following such a big storm, things that you couldn't foresee. There's gonna be some complications, and we can give that credit to the agency. But to mislead, to attempt like nothing's going on, everything's going great, is both alarming and just unnecessary and truly just absurd. It begs the question that maybe conditions are to the point where they are unreasonable. That even following a storm, they shouldn't have gotten to that point, and they're probably worried about a level of responsibility following some kind of investigation from their actions. And that's something that we want to preserve. We want to preserve the opportunity to kind of follow up on these things.
So I understand that one of the things that this administrative filing does is to trigger, and I always forget the legal term for this, if you can remind me, but the preservation of certain documents. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, basically, the notice, in addition to providing actual notice of what we believe to be the conditions in the facilities, it also provides a notice that litigation over the state of these conditions may be reasonably foreseeable, and so TDCJ would then have an obligation to preserve and not destroy documents and information that might be related to the litigation.
What sort of documents are we talking about here? Are we talking about video footage from security cameras, or?
Yeah, documents includes any type of sort of stored information, whether paper documents, emails, videos, instructions during the storm, before the storm. I think it's important for us to remember we're talking about before the storm as well. The conditions,
Preparedness, and how aware they were of what could have happened.
Yeah, and we know we know after Hurricane Ike, that TDCJ was well aware of the potential for dangerous conditions to occur in its facilities after a storm of this magnitude. After Ike, I think something over 130 individual complaints were filed by prisoners, people in prison. So part of the concern here is that it appears TDCJ did nothing to address the danger that it clearly knew were likely to occur after Hurricane Harvey.
Which is uniquely concerning because these individuals they hold the safety of hundreds or thousands of however many inmates are in these specific these facilities. It's not as if we're blaming some other building. Excuse me. Y'all can run it up.
Yeah.
So we can assure the families that will be delivered
Yep.
up there today.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.